Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the mechanically macabre world of animatronic movies. As we delve into the pants-cacking trilogy, and in my mind it is a trilogy that encompasses the Banana Splits movies, Willy Wonderland, and finally, what we've been waiting for, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. These films are a testament of just how much a fan base can hurt horror movies. Before we step into this circuit of these cinematic curios, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up for more movie magic. Our journey obviously begins at the beginning, as most journeys do, with the cinematic inception of the animatronic movies, sort of, the Banana Split movie of 2019. That sounds like the bite of 87. It already starts to sound like it. Picture this. You need to make a horror movie and you've got characters that you can just borrow from Hanna-Barbera.
It's because it's stupid, Beth.
You're going to do it. You're going to put them together. And obviously, as I say, animatronics, it just makes sense. Don't argue it.
But that show's for babies.
So, we start off at a seamlessly innocent birthday party, brimming with the potential joy and wholesome memories. Little did we know this heartwarming scene is about to give birth to a horror movie the likes had never been seen before, sort of. A gang of murderous mechanical entertainers enter the protagonist's life. Bingo, Fleagle, Trooper, Snorky, a sentence I never thought I would say. Splits characters take an eerie detour for their normal la line and their kid-friendly origins to terrorize anybody who crosses their path. What began as nostalgia now is reimagined as nightmare fuel. Although this is the first one, it's the first one to break the mold. Commonly, these films sort of follow the souls of people trapped in robots, and instead this goes for the Chucky remake solution of a disgruntled work employee, where the other two follow more the original soul trapped in a robot body, sort of like the original Chucky. So that's that one over. I'm not going to go too far into them because, to be honest with you, there's not a lot going on and I've got to go through a lot of films. So we're going to dive straight into Willy's Wonderland. From 2021, where we encounter Willy Weasel. You're going to get really sick of this real quick. Artie the alligator. Tito the turtle. That's the one that I'm a bit suspicious of. Ozzy the ostrich. You might have seen Ozzy the ostrich. He's the one that fights Nicolas Cage. That's the important part of this. Nicolas Cage. I know it just feels like I'm reading random words crammed together. And let's face it, the true showstopper here. An unstoppable man who requires no introduction. Nick Cage, I know that was an introduction, but I'm sticking with it. Who portrays a stoic, silent janitor, embroiled in a supernatural showdown of epic proportions. The absurdity of this movie reaches new heights as Cage's silent protagonist confronts these sinister beings, adding his unique intensity to an already list of bizarre proceedings. Willy's Wonderland sort of propels the animatronic story forward before we get into the big meaty one. And I know people are going to disagree with me here, but it's a Fnaf script. Souls in suits, silent protagonist, taking breaks every hour. If it looks like a Fnaf, smells like a Fnaf, quacks like a Fnaf, it's probably a Fnaf. And that's more than Fnafy for me. Okay, we're going to kind of end this journey here on the obvious. Fnaf or Five Nights at Freddy. It's very secular, okay? We're going very secular here. You could probably press loop on this and it would just make as much sense. And our journey accumulates here, sort of, with Five Nights at Freddy's 2023, this year, where a secret lurks beneath the facade of a pizza factory. Pizza factory, pizza restaurant. Here we're introduced to a new menacing quartet. Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie the Bunny, Chica the Chicken or a chick, and Foxy the Pirate, who is a fox. They're all animals, and then Foxy is a pirate. That's more important than her species. These are names that you probably more know. And in my opinion, the reasoning for this entire film genre to be in the zeitgeist right now. The film plunges into a harrowing experience of a security guard tasked with surviving 5 nights. It's the game. I don't have to explain this very much, do I? We're meant to be sharing the looming dread that the night guard has. Except we don't. Halfway through the film just turns. Suddenly they're not scary mechanical monsters. They're just people. Sad, lonely people who have nobody to care for them. Bite that girl in half, Freddy! As we delve deeper into the realms of absurdity, each one of these films demonstrate that animatronic horror isn't as versatile as we expected. Each film has its own shining parts, but none of them feel whole. The Banana Splits came closest, crafting a twisted narrative where beloved children's characters are morphed into relentless murderers, which, to be honest, is the only thing that I took away from that film. Willy's Wonderland showcases Nicolas Cage as the most insane he can be. Challenging conventions, he plays a completely silent protagonist. Admittedly, I do hear that is because he refused to talk throughout the entire script because game characters don't talk. But he does play with the chemistry of a mad scientist. The gore is well measured and the horror to humour is well balanced. Whereas Five Nights at Freddy tends to be the one that shoots short for me. It's all good hiding horror under masks, but the biggest mask here is trying to make a film about Five Nights at Freddy PG-13, which massively hindered the movie. All of this exposing the fact, in reality, real mechanical pizzerias are more frightening than a cinematic universe full of them. And although some of them do create a unique blend of horror and humour, they were all missing that vital spark. In the grand tapestry of cinema, the Banana Splits movie, Willy's Wonderland, and Fnaf may seem like eccentric oddities, but the question is, will they be remembered in the coming years? Maybe, but more like how Killer Clowns is remembered in this day and age, which is very barely, as a product of their time. Also, stop trying to make video games into movies. Don't forget, be kind, rewind.